What's up, guys? It's Doo-Doo Poker. We are back here to talk about turn probes and river bets. So, we're going to look at a very common spot, button versus big blind, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a board, and you tell me what you think we should do. So, let's say we're in the big blind. Button raises 2.5x. We call. Flop comes ace-7-6, two-tone, okay? We check to the pre-flop raiser. The button decides to check back, okay? Offsuit 2 on the turn. What do you notice? Well, you notice the probe sizing is in the extremes. You either go 1/3, which is 1.8, so 1/3 pot, 33%, or you go 2.5x pot. Okay, so, because we have two different targets. If you want to go really small, you're targeting king high. If you want to go super massive, 2.5x pot, you're targeting ace-x. So, we have the range to support going this big. That's the thing. We have ace-7, we have ace-6, we have 7s, we have 6s, we have ace-2, we have 2-2. Okay? We have combo draws, right? So, if I go 2.5x pot, what is button's 0 EV continuing range? Now, all his ace-x besides like ace-jack plus, or even ace-jack and ace-queen are 0 EV at some frequency. So, basically, all ace-x is in a 0 EV spot on the turn. Do you see anyone in your games making 2.5x probe size? No. So, let's say we have a hand like 4-5 suited, okay? Let's say we have 4-5 suited. We have an open-ender. An 8 or a 3 gives us the nuts. So, we have 4-5 suited. We decide, okay, I'm going to play like a solver. I'm going to 2.5x probe. And we're going to put all ace-x in a 0 EV spot. Now, your opponent will more than likely call one street. It's very unlikely your opponent folds top pair on the turn, okay? Now, that is actually good for us because let's say we 2.5x pot. Button calls, right? Say the river comes a 9. We have 4-5 suited. Do you guys see what I get to do with 4-5 suited here? If I have 4-5 suited, I get to jam all in. Now, look at the pot. That's almost 3x pot, right? So I'm going 83.75 into a 33 big blind pot. So I'm almost going 3x. So basically, since they overcall ace-x on the turn, because they don't want to fold, population does not want to fold ace-x to one bet, even if it's a huge bet, okay? So let's say he has ace-10, right? Let's say he decides to call your 2.5x probe sizing. Now I have 5-4, right? I missed. Now I go all in. So I'm raising the stakes because I have a polar range. Because I'm so polarized on the turn, I get to go all in on the river. So most of your range that bets wants to jam, right? And of course, we can have 8-5 suited. We can have sets. We can have 2 pair. But the thing is you have to look, once you jam, you want to see what is 0 EV. So something interesting happens here. Now it's very blocker-like, right? So now ace-king is a worse call. Look at ace-king. Ace-king and ace-queen, this might be counterintuitive, are a worse call than ace-10. Because ace-10 blocks 10-8, right? So now we care about blockers. So in tight range spots, which this actually technically is because we're going so big, you would rather have ace 10 than ace king. So ace 10 becomes 0 EV, but ace king becomes a losing call, right? Now, this is very player dependent. Your players, your population that you play against is never, ever going to be balanced here. There's no chance they're balanced here, right? I mean, we're not going to be balanced either, but they're definitely not going to be balanced because they don't see this. This is a unicorn spot. Let me know the last time you've seen someone 2.5x probe and then jam 3x pot river in your games. So, like I said, it's going to be very player specific. That means your opponents are probably not going to RNG. What they're going to do is they're going to make a judgment call. They're going to say, is this guy bluffing or is he not, right? They're going to be 100-0 either way. So the guys that call you, you have to be very careful in the future because they're probably not RNGing on the river. So the guys that call you, we switch it to value, right? The guys that fold, we switch it to bluffs. Now, it becomes a leveling game at some point, but since we've studied the spot, we know that ace-king, because most people probably don't know this, they don't realize that ace-king is a worse call than ace-10 because blockers matter in tight range spots. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you that spot. I thought it was cool, and I hope you guys can try this in your games, and I will see you in the next video.